Hello, women. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's episode, I'll be talking about a woman who became financially empowered by making the most of the little, seemingly insignificant resource she had. There was a woman whose late husband was one of the sons of Prophet Elisha. He died leaving behind an unpaid debt, and his creditor came to take his two sons as slaves in payment. Seeing that she had already lost her husband and she was about to lose her two sons, she panicked and she ran to Prophet Elisha for help. The man of God asked her, "What can I do for you? What do you have in the house?" She answered and said, "Your servant has nothing but a jar of oil." And the man of God said, "Go back, go to everywhere. Ask your friends, your neighbors for empty vessels, empty containers. Don't borrow just a few, borrow as many as you can get from them. And when you have gotten everything, come back home. Bring everything into your apartment, and you and your sons shut the door behind you and start pouring from the jar of oil that you have into the empty containers that you borrowed." She obeyed the man of God and she left, and she did as instructed. She took the jar of oil and began to pour into each container, one after the other, until each one was full. She did that with all the empty containers she had borrowed. And then she told her son, "Go and bring me more containers." And the boy said, everything, that there's no more empty container. That means they had used all that they borrowed. And then the oil stopped. So the woman went back to the man of God and told him what had happened. And the man of God said, "Okay, go and sell the oil and pay your debt. You and your sons can live on the rest." With that simple act of obedience, that woman's story changed for good. From a debtor, from poverty, from a woman who was about to lose her two sons, to her husband's creditor, to a wealthy woman. To a woman who now has more than enough to give to people. She thought she had nothing until one act of obedience changed everything. Note, she did not ask the prophet for money when she went to him. Maybe she just thought, because he was a man of influence, he could speak to her husband's creditors and, would prevail on them to let her sons be. Or he will do something spiritually just to help her to get out of that problem. But then she got more than she bargained for. She did not ask her friends and neighbors for money or for financial assistance. Maybe if she had done that, she could have gotten something. But instead, she asked them for their jars, for their empty containers, which they willingly yielded to her. She sought help from the prophet, and through the prophet, she discovered the gold mine that was in her possession, which she never imagined was there all along. We all have something, especially during this harsh economy in Nigeria. Everybody has something that God can use to bless you. We only have to look inward, or wherever country you may be right now. Maybe you are living from paychecks to paychecks, and you are beginning to say that the economy is harsh, and you still have some debt even after receiving your salaries. You discover that it's not enough. You still have some debt that you are owing, even after sorting all the bills, and an overwhelming situation for you. God has you in his hands, and God will provide for you. You just have to trust him. 5 things wise women do that make them stand out. They are not afraid to seek help when necessary. Listen, God places us in one another's lives so that we can support, encourage, and help one another. Number 2, they obey divine instructions. Obedience is key to prosperity. The man of God said, go home and borrow more empty vessels. Don't borrow just a few. And she did just that. She didn't question that instructions. You see, what on earth am I going to be doing with containers, with plenty containers? What was he up to at this time? He said, go and borrow, and when you have finished borrowing, and pour from that small. See, the woman did not even question that instruction, but obeyed from the beginning to the end. And we saw what God did. Number 3, they look inward. They look inward. She said, I have nothing but a jar of olive oil, which turned out to be a marketable oil. They act. Number 4, they act. Because they are action-oriented people, they move quickly. When he said, go, they go. Do something, they do. When they receive a piece of information, they act on it. They swing into action. They don't wait. Number 5, they keep divine instructions private until they are accomplished. You don't go about announcing your plans to everyone who cares to listen until they are accomplished. Not everyone is happy when you are successful, and not everyone wants you to be successful. So it is wise to always keep information. Don't share too much information about yourself with people unless they are going to play a role in that plan. Maybe they have something that they are going to help you to do. No, they are going to add to your plan to make it successful. That's when you can share with them. Wait until, let your success speak instead of you sharing them before they are accomplished. Listen, what you have may be small in your eyes. It's just enough for God to change your situation. Like I said earlier on, maybe that's your paychecks are no longer sustaining you. Maybe you have more responsibility, more financial obligations than you are earning right now. What you have is still enough. Or maybe you even have something in your possession that you don't know about, that God can use, to bring you that abundance that you desire. See, Moses had a staff. God used it to divide the Red Sea. How God did it, even Moses did not know. He just obeyed the instruction to stretch his rod towards the sea. and God parted the Red Sea. David had a sling and 5 stones with a burning passion in his heart for God, a burning desire for God, and would not take any nonsense talk or pressure from anyone who is less than God. He can't take it. The rantings of Goliath. And that sling was enough to bring down the giants. It was just enough. A boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish had a simple lunch. It was just okay to feed 5,000 people. And they had many baskets of leftovers after feeding everyone. The widow whose story we just shared had a jar of oil, and the power of God flowed into it, and it was multiplied, and it became the channel of blessings for her. Although she thought all she had was a little jar of oil, and God saw the potential to fill every empty vessel. Whatever God blesses increases. And when you place your small jar of oil in the hands of a big God, it multiplies. May God open your eyes to what you already have, which is enough to generate the wealth that will sustain you and your family the rest of your lives. Maybe as someone is watching me right now and you are in debt, and you are thinking how to settle the debt. Trust God. Ask God to open your eyes to what you can do now, to what you have, which you don't know of. That the power of God which is just going to be a channel through which the power of God will flow and bring you the abundance that you need to move from being a debtor to someone who is financially empowered. And then you can be able to help others. You just need to open up to God and place what you have in His hands. And I pray that as you do that, the power of God will move on your behalf. And what you will see will surprise you. And there will be no more lack in your life and that of your family, in Jesus' name. Remember, she said she had nothing. Heaven said, you still have a jar. I pray that God's miraculous blessings begin to flow into the little that you have until it becomes an overflowing wellspring of generational wealth and lasting abundance in Jesus' name. So shall it be for you in Jesus' name. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying with us. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. If you are ready to become the woman God has called you to be, stay with me. Like and share and comment on this video. Don't forget to follow for more, because I share. Oh, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so now, so that through you my videos can go to other people who might benefit from what I'm sharing. And stay with me, because I share many more inspiring stories on this video. I pray that the God of heaven and earth will bless you immensely in Jesus' name. So remain blessed till I come your way next time. Love you.